What's up, Soup? This is Nick,
Crispy.
And Tyler.
and collectively, we are Weeb Soup. Now, today we do have a couple different goals going on uh, for our agenda here tonight. First off, our schedule as Weeb Soup. Now, we've taken a lot of time in really getting together, just getting it down on our own schedule. We've been meeting every Wednesday for, what, guys,
Since March of last year.
yeah.
Give or take. Yeah.
So damn near a whole year just to make sure that we're able to consistently record and practice and do everything that we needed to do. So what we were able to put together was every Wednesday we're going to at the very least be doing all of our recording work. Whether we do a live production that day or not, we're going to have something done on Wednesday. That way you guys can look forward to something happening every Friday. We're going to be producing through then, in between those, and then every Friday you will have content available to you at bare minimum. And as interest crests with this stuff, we're also going to be getting into other sources and other versions of the media. So we might, get everything into sketches, anime
Little
news,
skits and stuff.
all kinds of stuff. Just because we're three creatives, so kind of tapered off there. We're gonna be able to put our minds together here, and there's been a lot of ideas. There's been a lot of things that we have under reps, but for sure look forward to everything happening between Wednesdays and Fridays as far as any kind of future content. We will try to bring you as many live productions as we can. This is just as fun for us as it may or is for you.
Hopefully for you guys.
Hopefully.
I bet
the
it
goal,
is.
at least.
This is a good time for everyone. I mean, what's not to love? It's anime, it's video games, it's everything nerd. So, bringing it all in, and the reason why we're all here together today, what got you into anime? What were those moments? Like, what was the quintessential spot that you decided, even if you were a kid or adult, early teen, doesn't matter, when and what made you decide that anime was it? Like, this is going to be something that you're able to keep up with probably for the rest of your life.
Right.
Personally, I have my childhood with Toonami to thank for all of it. I remember when it was every day, like every weekday, at like 6 or 7 o'clock, because I would come home from school, I'd chill for a while, and then I would start seeing Tom and announcements for like Dragon Ball Z. It's 7:30. Power up, and I'm like, what? And watching all the really cool little cutaways and bumpers that they had for the show, like all the different character bios and something that they would do for current running shows that they were doing back then. And I personally remember the heartbreak when they moved it from weekdays just to every weekend. And then it was just like a weekend block. But man, that was all the way up until they were canceled in 2002. But every shonen that I was into, or mech anime for that matter, I was introduced to from Cartoon Network, from watching Toonami. And that's like Dragon Ball, Naruto, Inuyasha, all the ones that I've ended up being like a passionate follower of, mostly anymore, is just all thanks to Toonami. Otherwise, in my adult life, I've branched out and I watch all kinds of stuff, like from shonen slice of life to plenty of other things that don't need to be mentioned. But
That's a video for a later night.
later in the night for sure. But but that's me. Lots of experience with Toonami and just early childhood and just enjoying and consuming more of the Eastern media. And also the love of the cartoon choices that I had, like Billy and Mandy, and well, specifically things like Billy and Mandy, because I remember one episode when Mandy turned Super Saiyan, and like Kids Next Door when they also referenced Dragon Ball. I mean, everybody at the time, even the Western media, was all going back and they were all referencing shows that we were watching that were popular from Japan. All these animes were already affecting the media that we were consuming as kids. So that's just kind of like the way I was viewed into it, and the way that I have cats, and they are the worst distraction when you're trying to keep up with a live set. But anyways, that was my whole point. Is I started my childhood. I want to hear from you guys though. Like, what do you think?
Sure, I'll take over next. So I didn't start with some of the bigger animes until, or I guess not as cartoony animes, I guess. You know how Pokemon, some people consider a cartoon whenever it was made in Japan. As a kid, I watched stuff like Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all those basic ones that were on like WB for kids, like every Saturday morning or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I would watch a bunch of those.
4Kids animation.
Right,
I remember all that.
I would watch all those every Saturday. We'd get the movies whenever they came out, and that introduced me to, I guess, Eastern storytelling tropes and stuff like that. It wasn't until I was in my early 20s, whenever I started watching Naruto. We were working together at that time, and I came to you, and I was like, I keep seeing fight scenes from Naruto. I saw the scene where Minato says goodbye to Naruto, and I was like, what is this? What's this show about? And you're like, dude, watch it.
I would do nothing but hype it up.
Right.
To its fullest extent.
And
Being
so,
fanatic as hell all the time, yeah.
Right. So from that point on, I started watching Naruto.
Don't you do it. Go ahead.
So from that point on, I started watching Naruto, and I haven't looked back into many Western shows since then. I think the most I've gone back is watched like Scrubs or something, but I've watched Naruto. I'm currently watching like Black Clover, Dr. Stone, Reincarnated as a Slime, like as they Attack on Titan, like as they come out week to week.
Mm-hmm.
And I really haven't looked back since I watched Naruto, and it just grasped me by my heart and just like threw me into the anime world. And I mean, my favorite shows growing up were Pokemon, Digimon. I saw Dragon Ball a couple of times, but overall, most of what I watched came from Japan, and then I'd watch like going to bed, whatever's on Disney Channel or Cartoon Network, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But most of my favorite shows growing up were animes without me even realizing what an anime was. It was just on every Saturday morning, and I was like, these are awesome. I want to watch more and more of these.
Well, then you had shows like Avatar that were on Nickelodeon.
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were growing up too, that was heavily inspired by Eastern storytelling. And a lot of anime inspiration to begin with. A lot of people consider it an anime, but it is not from Japan. So
yeah,
I hate to break the hearts, but we're gonna get that out of the way now.
So
it's got anime
it's
tropes.
inspired.
It is inspired, but it is a Western Nickelodeon owned product. So no. But anyways, and then for like Disney, you've got
I mean, they had comic book shows because they still had like Spider-Man and stuff like that.
I was gonna say Disney had some of the.
They have Static Shock too, so like they had a bunch of like.
Well, Static Shock was
here.
WB, Warner Brothers, yeah.
No wonder. Back to Warner Brothers,
yeah. Yeah. But for sure, I remember watching if any of the shows had any like cool crazy fight sequences or like
Beyblade.
Oh,
Let It Rip.
Man.
Let It Rip.
Let It Rip.
Beyblade.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was one of my favorites.
I remember getting
growing.
metal Beyblades.
Yeah.
Tearing shit up.
My brother got into
actually
it.
blowing up my friend's plastic Beyblades with them. Because they'd be like, oh, it's no different. Like, oh, no, it's different.
My brother got into it whenever I was like 18 and I had my own money. So I ordered a metal Beyblade. Yeah, I ordered my metal Beyblade from Japan, and it spun the opposite way, and I just trashed all of his Beyblades all the time. And I was like, yeah, how's it feel, kid? Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Crispy, what you got?
Me, I got One Piece.
One Piece?
Back on the subject of 4Kids, I remember watching One Piece on there, and that opening got stuck in my head for so long. I finally like ventured out, and one of my buddies started talking to me about Bleach, and I'm like, there's a show based around the cleaning product?
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's about soul reapers, and they have to kill hollows and stuff. I'm like, okay. Sure.
Bleach was an interesting name for that show, to be honest.
And
like,
then-
because they cleanse the spirit? I don't know. I digress. Go ahead.
That's probably. I don't know.
Billy Mays here.
Questions
Just
for
a
later.
huge Billy Mays fan.
And I started watching Bleach, and then I like bounced around to a few anime, and then what really solidified my love for anime was watching Angel Beats on Netflix. Like, and the golden era when Netflix had some really decent anime.
I remember Darker Than Black was first on
Yes.
that one. Woo,
Exactly.
man.
That is on my list of stuff to finish.
Darker Than
But
Black's
I
a good
started
one.
watching Angel Beats. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. Halfway through, I started crying. I'm like, all right, it's fine. It's fine. Ending, I'm just destroyed. I'm like, okay, this is anime. I love anime now. I'm in it now. I'm in it for the long haul.
Oh yeah.
Right.
This is it. Game over.
See, it's cool that you guys have totally different experiences. Because personally, like, is the moment I started watching, I was just like, you couldn't peel me off the TV. Like, I remember distinctly trying to turn Super Saiyan when I was a kid. Like,
Being in
like,
the shower trying
force-
to water bend and shit.
oh no,
I
that was
still do that
always.
to
I
this
still,
day.
I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
I still like. I'll take like a 30-minute shower and be like, hell yeah. But but yeah, man, like I remember like acting like water hoses were a kamehameha and shit
Yeah.
back when I had a good imagination. I mean, my imagination's just evolved since then. I still like can go through an entire like sequence in my head and be like, damn, if only I could animate something in a few moments.
Right? Just there.
Like I'll have a full storyline. I'll have like a whole sequence in my head, and I go, I am but one man. I need a team. Avengers assemble. Weeb soup assemble.
Animators, assemble.
Yeah.
Need
As long
need
as I'm not
something.
going through whoever the artists are for Dragon Ball Super. I'm not gonna call out anyone, but just
What
one
studio does
key
Dragon
frame.
Ball Super?
Shueisha owns
Shueisha.
like all of them. So Toei Animation does all of the grunt work, and then Funimation does all of the redubbing whenever that gets to America. But Shueisha is basically just like the name and the money behind everything, more or less.
Yeah.
They own all the anime shit, basically. At least all of the popularized ones that we would see here. But oh yeah, Viz Media. Sorry, they exist
do.
too.
Okay, yeah. They're a little guy, you know.
No, but I mean, you've heard what got us in anime. Feel free to leave in the comments section what got you into anime. Why are you here? Who are you? But yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoy all of it. Clearly.
Storylines, tropes, openings.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
The comedy
like,
behind it.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
The
we could-
touching moments that just tear you apart for a fictional character.
right? Like the level of like emotion and everything that they throw into these scenes that do make us cry, that do hit us in the moments, whether they be happy, sad, angry, different. It's phenomenal that these people have put out something that's been able to impact some of us on that level.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I
And
remember.
just feeds our connection to Weeb to be part of the problem.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, honestly, it's amazing that these shows have given us such emotional impacts. Like shit, all of the deaths in Naruto still affect me to this day. Like not just like the important ones, but honestly some of the like not so important ones. Like your character goes and you're like, but no, who is Naruto gonna interact with like that?
I had.
Because everybody
emotion-
had a special spot.
I had an emotional moment over an AMV for Naruto having a normal life the other day, just on Instagram, and I was like, hey, he deserved it. He deserved
did.
it so much.
He served it so hard.
He did. Deserved all of it.
Well, I
and
mean, he won. He got the
He
got
does have
the,
his
he got the
family
chick. The whole
now.
fandom simps over now.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
So it's cool.
it worked. It worked out for him. But just like growing up with Minato and Kushina, I was like, oh, my heart, it can't handle this.
Mm-hmm.
Since we are at this little bit of a impasse, I kind of want to take the time to throw out there the fact that we are also on other platforms. We are on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube. If you guys haven't seen our trailer teaser already, go ahead and check that out. I will post the Twitch now. You guys can check that out. We're going to be on there at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my little tidbit.
Yeah, be looking out on Fridays. That's when Wednesdays or Fridays, everything's gonna be released or going live.
Live on Wednesdays, and then videos posted on Friday.
Yep. Even if it's just there will be a rehashing and an edited version of every live show that we do, so there will always be the opportunity to view it. But as we go, there will start to be membership perks and things that happen depending on what tier that we subscribe to. So eventually,
Once we get on Patreon and stuff like that.
yeah. So eventually, the live productions will be more of a special, intimate project between us and you guys. So this is all based on how quickly we grow. So this is all based on how quickly we get ourselves out there and build this community. I personally just appreciate anyone that's dropping by and joining the broth. It's just an amalgamation. It's a hot mess, but we're gonna work it all out.
But it's our hot.
It is.
My favorite nudes.
Mhm.
The nudes
The
of the
nudes.
noodles. But that should pretty much wrap up today's show. I appreciate all of it. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, do all the things, get us out there, and join the soup.
Become one with the broth. I'm gonna keep that.
Don't abuse the power of the chocolate. Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we're
shit.
live.